All right, alrighty. Well, today I'd like to cover the topic of should a martial artist be lifting weights? And the answer to that, in short, is yes. And the reason for that is because when you think about it, not too long ago, martial artists were fighting in combat, in war. So they're fighting in some pretty serious situations, and it could be they could just be farming or gardening or playing with their kids or walking their dog or whatever, and then all of a sudden they're called into war and they have to fight, and they have to pick up their swords or their crossbows and go and fight. So I mean, yes, they should be lifting weights, and the reason for that is it goes back to way back then, where they would be training with weights, because in war typically you'd carry a backpack or a rucksack, and if you don't have any weightlifting experience, um, you're not going to be able to do that for a long period of time. Certainly not for hours. You would just break. And so the reason you want to lift weights is, nowadays at least, is to get you stronger and to have some muscle on, and so at least you'll look good, and you'll be learning some skills. So these are seven these things are 7 kilograms each, so 14 kilos in total. And I have here, this is about a little over 9 kilos, same as this. So basically you want to lift these weights, not with your legs, obviously. You can if you want to, but these things, so these ones I positioned them like this because you can do like push-ups with this. So put your arms here, put your hands here, grab into this, and do some push-ups. And you can also do push-ups here. It has a handle, these two handles, and it's the same as doing a push-up in a medicine ball. This thing, it's pretty good. It's even harder than this one, but this is also good. And what you can do is also you can sort of adjust this to where it's like this, so it's like that maybe, and you could be doing one hand higher than the other hand, and then you switch again. You make it so this one is higher than this one, and you do that. And you can also like make it wider. You can widen it like that if you want, or you can bring it closer. I don't like to have it too wide all the time. I like to make it just like that usually. Okay, so one of the misconceptions about lifting weights is that it'll make you slower. And yes, it will make you slower, but it's not even gonna affect it that much, I don't think. Because even if you look nowadays, like military training, you have to lift weights. So you have to lift a certain amount of weight to pass the test. And even in PE, like you have to lift weights nowadays. So if even school kids, technically they have, in order to pass their PE test or their PT test, they'd have to lift a certain amount of weight. So you don't have to be an Olympic weightlifter or whatever, but you do have to lift weights if you're a martial artist. I know there's martial artists that don't, but I think weightlifting is good. And a martial artist is a jack of all trades. He could be a farmer, a fighter, a hostage negotiator, a soldier. He could be all of these things. So a martial artist does wear many hats. You want to make sure you get your training in and you know what you're doing. And lifting weights should really be part of your training. I'm not saying you should lift weights every single day, but try to at least have some type of weight training regimen uh, in your daily routine, because it's good for you. It definitely can save your life, and you don't have to go to a gym. You can get something like this.